There they are. Here we go. Ha, 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 ha. Gypsy's attacking! Wait!
Gypsy? I'm ashamed to admit it when I see my own people become highwaymen.
You're wrong. We're not bandits. We were only trying to settle an old score.
You were with this beautiful young lady? What harm has she done you?
Young lady?
We thought it was the... Who did you think it was?
The Grand Duke Athens, the nephew of Prince Nicholas.
The Grand Duke?
He had my sister Maya thrown into prison.
We were about to be married.
And you thought you could free her by kidnapping the Grand Duke? You're fools. Wake up. Don't be afraid.
Oh, please don't hurt me. I assure you I'm only a humble servant, a handmaiden to Princess Irina.
No one's going to harm you. I promise you. You have my word. Come. Come. As for you, I shall ask the leader of your tribe to deal with you later. Admit you're afraid to tell what you set out to do.
I admit it, but what has that got to do with you?
Idiots. You would have got us all in a fine mess.
You speak like that old witch Zoraide.
Zoraide?
Our queen. You may have heard of her.
I've heard a lot about Zoraide, but that was before I left for the wars.
I'm still cursing the day I joined that tribe of hers. She's a vicious, hard-headed old tyrant. She wouldn't even bother to listen to us. She said if Edmea was in prison, she must be a thief.
Maybe she is a thief. Good luck, friends.
We're going to need it. Your name again, sir?
You get to your horses. It's a small world, and we'll see each other again. Yes, I fought in Turkey and Asia Minor. I fought too hard for too long.
Did you leave a trail of broken hearts behind you?
Oh, no. I saved my money, and now I'm on my way home again. I even have enough money to get married. By the way, will you marry me? You'll be perfect for me.
Oh, me marry a soldier?
If you prefer something better, I could conquer a kingdom, be a king. Interested?
Then you wouldn't want me anymore. You could have every woman you wanted.
That's right. I think I won't become a king. Why bother? Things are right just the way they are.
You monster! Let me down! I can get home by myself.
Come back. I won't try to kiss you again.
How can I believe you? You're not a gentleman.
I give you the word of a soldier. It's a long way to the castle. There could be other bandits, you know. I warn you, I'll leave you all alone. Do as you please. What nonsense for one little kiss. I've kissed thousands of ladies' maids in my time. Just like you.
They weren't all like me, if I understand what you mean.
Oh, yes, I was forgetting that you are in the service of a great princess.
No. I'm not the kind that lets herself be kissed, that's all.
Milady, if what you say is true, you are different.
Oh!
Lean on me.
Don't you dare touch me.
I'm only trying to help. Please forgive me. Let's forget all this foolishness.
You won't try to kiss me again. Promise me that.
All right, I promise. And I do keep my word.
Soldiers looking for me. What shall I do?
Why all this fuss about a maid?
Oh, it's not about me, but about those marauding gypsies. Have you forgotten they wanted to kidnap the Grand Duke?
You're right. Get back on my horse. I'll take you right home.
There's her handkerchief. She's been kidnapped. Kidnapped? My cousin Irina kidnapped? I ought to have you beheaded for this. My lord, I did everything possible. The insolence of these gypsies is getting out of hand. This is what we get with the policy of tolerance shown by my uncle, the prince. May God protect him and inspire him. Perhaps now his daughter's misfortune will serve as a lesson to him. Two of you stay here. The rest come with me. We'll make those gypsies regret it.
Why do you want to be left here? Are you ashamed to be seen with a gypsy?
No, it's not that at all. I fear for you. After what's happened, it might very well be dangerous.
When may I come to see you?
At the castle? Never.
But you can leave the castle and meet me somewhere.
No, that's impossible, I'm afraid. Because I must obey my lady, the princess. She's terrible. I must never go out alone. What's more, she's jealous. I wouldn't want her to think I'd found an admirer.
But you have found one. An ardent one. May I kiss your hand?
You mean you would kiss the hand of a servant? What an idea.
To me, you're a queen.
I'll say goodbye. And thank you.
Goodbye. Wait. Tell me your name before you go.
Milena.
And I am Dragut, the gypsy. Farewell.
So you're back at last. Where have you been?
We were just out for a little ride.
A little ride with your horses frothing and winded like
We
that?
almost caught a mountain goat.
On horseback? Now listen, if you want to stay here with us, you'd better start doing something useful. Queen Zariadne is getting tired of you three, that's all.
Let's see now, girls, how well you've learned your lesson for today. Motto will begin with you. Come on.
I know.
Your heartline shows that you've been very happy. You've been in love many times. Your lifeline shows,
Get on with it. You must never give the impression that you're unsure.
Yes, I know, but here I see that the line is broken in two. You told me, didn't you, that means a violent death?
I told you, dear girl, that what you say must never be the truth. The ones who want their fortunes told will only be happy if you tell them what they want to hear.
Tell me, Moira, what I want to hear. Read there that we're going to get married.
Are we? It shows what I thought. That you say stupid things.
You told the bitter truth. Now read my hand, Moira, and you'll find out how much I love you. What do you see?
I see a big appetite.
That's impossible. Since I fell in love, I haven't any appetite. She knows the way to a man's heart through his stomach.
Oh. Dracu.
Mother. Just our luck. The last person we want to meet.
What gave you the idea to speak badly of his mother, huh?
Me? It was you.
Tell me, my son, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were far away fighting the Turks.
I killed them all. Well, a good many of them, anyway. I hope you have a bowl of soup for your son.
What do you mean, a bowl of soup? I'll do better than that. I'm going to have a feast in your honor. Gather around, everyone. Come and meet my son, Dracu. To honor him, we'll have a feast and a drinking spree that'll be talked about for 100 years.
Ramon.
I can still see you when you were this high.
And I can still see you when your beard was black. Well, I see my old friend.
Here it comes.
Do you know them?
Yes, your son has done us the honor of offering us his friendship.
I congratulate you, Zoraida. You have a son worthy of a queen.
And you have a mother who is the most gracious and the most illustrious of all the queen's honor.
Since I know that a gypsy never tells the truth, your words should offend me.
Oh, come now. We're celebrating. And besides, I don't think these fellows are smart enough to lie.
You're absolutely right.
Perfectly right.
Yes.
It's Maya. Zoraida,
Yes, Captain Phineas?
is this thieving girl one of yours?
There are thieves and honest people everywhere.
She can thank the clemency of good Prince Nicholas. But if she's caught stealing again, she'll have one of her hands cut off.
Lovely. I'm proud of you. But is that all you accomplished at school?
Oh, no. But it's the accomplishment I like best.
I doubt if it's worth my missing you as I did for 3 years.
Imagine, Father. They even tried to teach me how to hunt wild deer. But I could have learned more from you.
I see you haven't lost the ability to flatter me.
When I say that your return has brought sunshine back to this castle, I know that I also speak for your father.
Hasn't? Because of you, my daughter almost lost her life.
What do you mean, sire?
We'll talk about that later.
Are you still thinking of that silly incident that occurred today? But I was never in danger. I already told you. My terrible assailants were only 3 poor misguided gypsies.
Whoever they were, from now on, they'll know better. They've had their punishment.
A punishment they certainly deserved. But if you want my opinion, I say that the wisest course to take is to raid their camp again and put them all in chains.
Irina, my dear, you must be tired.
Yes, I am a little. With your permission, I'll leave you now. Good night, Athen.
Good night, Cousin Irina.
Hatton, when I sent the order to the prison to set her free, that gypsy girl was no longer there.
I freed her. I gave the order to turn her out a few hours before. If you like, you can ask Phineas, who escorted her back to her village.
That's enough. I understand that woman frequented your rooms.
And you believe such a story?
I tried not to.
It's a falsehood. I give you my word of honor as a gentleman.
I accept your word for what it is worth.
bid you good night, Uncle Nicholas.
What is that, Milena?
It's the left hind foot of a rabbit, Princess. A gypsy woman gave it to me. Zoraide. Did you know she's the queen of the gypsies?
I've heard of her.
Really? Did you also hear she's a famous fortune teller?
No, I don't believe so.
But she is, milady. She can even do a little magic. She's wonderful. I always keep a rabbit's foot near.
Does it bring you good luck?
Oh, its powers would amaze you. Let's see. If you rub it with your fingers, as you're doing, within 24 hours after a man has kissed you, that man will be yours alone for the rest of your life.
What have I done? Oh, it's nonsense.
But it's magic, I swear it. May I know one thing? Has anyone kissed you today?
Milena. Why, what put such a thought in your head?
I didn't mean to offend you, really. Forgive me. I only meant... Nothing.
Oh, leave me alone.
I love you, Edmea.
Yes, I know. I know all the words to your song. You love me more than the light in your own eyes.
But there was a time when you...
Once there wasn't, that was that. Will you get it through your head?
But, Edmea, what's come over you? Why are you changed so suddenly? Ever since you came back from the castle, you...
It has nothing to do with the castle. I don't love you anymore, that's all. What do you think, that I was having an affair in prison while I was kept locked in a filthy cell? They gave me 100 strokes of the lash.
Istvan, the Queen is asking for you. What is it? A lover's quarrel?
Oh, wait, it's none of your affair.
Well,
Wait a minute. Just what does Zoraide want with this son?
it's none of your affair.
Don't run away. What does it matter to you if I quarrel with his son?
Oh?
Oh, I'm fed up with him. One of these nights we'll slip off together in the forest, you and I.
Edmea, do you really mean it?
Of course. Now, what does Zoraide want with his son? Or don't you know?
Oh, yes, I know.
Would you rather I go ask his son?
No, I'll tell you. But then we'll slip off into the woods, huh? Edmea, I'll tell you everything.
The horses are ready.
Well, then start. You have a long ride ahead of you. I want all this stored in a safe place.
We'll store it with the other treasure.
Thank you for your trust in us, Zoraide.
No one is trusting you, Istvan. You're not to set eyes on our treasure. You are to escort Ramon to the entry of a certain gorge, and you will wait for him there. You, Ramon, will deliver this treasure to the dragon. He will guard it for us until we need it.
Very well.
Go.
Go then!
Bring me some water. Well?
Son, I'm ashamed of you.
Aside from the fact that I'm wearing no shirt, I'll have you note that I'm otherwise decent.
I'm not in the least scandalized by your nudity, but because you've fallen in love. Now see what you've done, girl.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'll go and bring some more water right away.
All right, what do you have to say in your own defense?
Nothing, Mother. I can't hide anything from you. Perhaps because I have a fortune teller for a mother.
Fortune teller, indeed. It's a question of intuition. Ever since you came back, I've kept an eye on you. For instance, you're always using soap.
It's a habit I picked up in the Orient.
Does that mean you fell in love in the Orient?
No, Mother. This is the first time.
Now that I think of it, where else could you find a girl as sweet as Mara?
Moira.
Mara, yes.
Mother, she's only a child. We're barely friends.
Well, then I guess I was wrong. And I guess you're convinced now. You can see that your mother isn't a real fortune teller, eh? Now what's going on? Ah, we have a visitor of quality, the Chamberlain of the castle.
Where is Zoraide? I humbly request audience with your queen.
Who does he think he's making fun of?
That's what you say, my son. I take him quite seriously. What a pleasure to receive you, Your Excellency.
I have a welcome announcement for you, O gracious sovereign. Our master, Prince Nicholas, will celebrate this evening with a grand ball in honor of his daughter's return home. And he grants you the great honor of making music at the castle with your famous gypsy violins.
Such an honor will cost you 100 crowns, not 1 crown less.
Then it's agreed. 50 crowns, and we're as good friends as ever.
No, 100, and better friends.
You won't have to pay us anything. Let it be the gypsy's gift to Princess Irina. Offer a drink to this noble gentleman.
Dragut!
Have you lost your mind?
Only my heart.
You're in love with the princess.
No, her handmaiden.
Oh, I was worried because you, my son, are capable of anything.
Hey. At the castle, do you know a maidservant named Milena?
Milena?
Milena.
I know her.
That's good. Would you like to make yourself 2 crowns? Will you take her a message for me?
To Milena?
Yes.
That'll make her the happiest woman in the world.
Fine. You wait here.
He's the one who handles his bow as if it were broadsword.
Oh, if only that letter had been meant for me and not you.
Milena, there are lots of handsome young men in Pannonia.
There's none to compare with that one.
Do you really intend to speak to him tonight? I have to, Milena, before he discovers the truth. If he didn't know before he saw me enter the ballroom, he might think I purposely made fun of him, which is quite untrue.
Then talk to him right away. Everyone's waiting for you to begin the dancing.
There, now watch.
And now that little tattletale will tell everyone I've set out to get that magnificent young man.
No, don't worry. Now, don't you forget what I told you to do, all right?
I won't.
This way. Milena won't keep you waiting long, you'll see. I hope not. Gypsy, you're a lucky man.
Good.
Milena. Finally.
You must stay only for a moment.
Aren't you happy to see me again?
After I begged you not to try to come here.
People say so many things when they don't mean them.
I have to tell you something. I have to explain a delicate situation of the utmost importance.
Your eyes have already told me.
Oh, Dracut, there's something I must tell you. Please listen to me.
But I know everything.
Everything?
Yes.
Oh, and to think how embarrassed I was. I couldn't find the courage to tell you.
I understood from the way you looked at me. The way you smiled. You wanted to tell me you loved me.
But we must be talking of 2 different things.
Didn't you want to tell me that you loved me?
No, that wasn't it at all.
Then you don't love me.
Oh, yes, Dracut, but...
Oh, Milena. I love you, too.
Milena! Milena! Who's with you out there?
There's no one here but me, Princess.
You're not lying, are you? There's no one but you out there? I thought I heard a young man.
You have to leave. This way. You mustn't go back to the ballroom.
Why not?
Because you can't. You can go out across the balcony. You'll find a stairway that leads outside. Please go. And promise me you won't come back to the castle.
All right. I promise. I promise I'll come back.
How was my performance? But, Princess, you told me to call if things got out of hand. It looked like... I thought... Huh? Oh, yes, you did perfectly well. Oh, thank you very much, milady. Put this on. You've taken so long, they'll wonder. Your father's already down there.
I don't know who she is. She has her face covered. She says she will speak only with you, Captain Phineas.
Very well, you may go. Who are you? Take care of the horses. What is it? But there's a party in the castle tonight. Grand Duke Athan can't possibly see you.
Go and tell him I have to see him on urgent business.
All right, come with me. Wait for him here. I'll tell the Grand Duke.
The princess, is she as beautiful as people say she is?
Don't worry. She's no more beautiful than you. Her Serene Highness, the Princess of Pannonia.
You're enchanting this evening, Irina.
Thank you, Father.
Your Serene Highness, the Grand Duke Athan requests the honor of the first dance.
We cannot deny him that.
The Grand Duke Athan begs to be excused, my lord. The clumsy servant spilled a flagon of wine over his doublet. He had to withdraw to change.
Then I shall give the first dance to a cavalier more fascinating than Athan.
And who is this fortunate one?
He's a man I've adored ever since I've known him. It's you, Father. Will you be my dancing partner?
And we haven't a moment to lose.
Are you sure?
Yes. But don't think that treasure will be easy to get. They have a head start of nearly an hour. I know the direction. To the northeast. No one but Ramon knows where the place is.
The northeast. The Red Mountains lie northeast. If our soldiers could locate the gypsies before they reached the mountains, they could follow them. Follow them to the treasure.
Have a drink with us. You two come with me. How can I leave Dracul? My honor's at stake.
I've had 7 pitchers of wine, and he's only had 5. And he refuses to admit he's beaten.
Come, get to your horses. The ride will clear your head.
Oh, there's always work to be done.
Who you can rely on. I have never failed you before, have I, my lord? Good luck, Phineas.
I'm afraid I've acted like a fool.
No, you acted like a clever girl. Once I'm rich, I can do anything I want.
Even marry me.
Here, a present.
I said even marry me.
Of course. Who can prevent our marriage? You don't know what gold can buy for you. Loyalty is always up for sale and goes to the highest bidder. Who buys loyalty will accomplish his fondest dream.
And the throne of Nicholas is your dream.
That and your love. You'll be Princess of Pannonia.
If I could only believe you.
Edmea, don't talk such nonsense.
Don't make me go back among my people. I beg you, keep me here with you.
What are you afraid of?
Queen Zoraide.
Well, Edmea was bound to make trouble. I always knew she would.
And now you know how far she'll go.
Let's see if she has the courage to show her face to us.
She will. And she'll deny everything.
You don't know your own mother. It'll be easy for me to make her admit it. All right, get moving. It's up to you to defend our treasure and your brothers from being attacked by the soldiers.
Excuse me, Queen Zoraide, but Istvan told me that the treasure is guarded by a dragon.
And you listen to that nonsense of Istvan's?
But Istvan told me you said so yourself.
This is no time for that. To your horses.
We'll take care of everything. Don't worry, Mother.
Hey, do I have to do everything? Someone go stand watch.
What are you worried about? There's always the dragon.
Ah. Go on.
Dragon! Dragon! Where the devil are you hiding, dragon?
I'm right here. What's all this shouting for?
I brought you another load of gold.
Yes?
I want you to hide it along with the rest.
But it's not safe to keep so much gold and other treasure here. I'm all alone.
You afraid of bandits?
Me? I'd break any bandit in two. Soldiers are after me! The soldiers! Let's get out of here! Hurry! Hurry!
We were followed.
Kill them all!
My sword! Fight them off, men!
Look out, men! Follow me!
We'll leave the strong boxes here. Divide the treasure into equal parts for each man to carry.
Yes, Dracul. Ready. We have the two biggest sacks loaded on our horses.
Well, unload them and give them to the others. I have a little job for you to do.
What?
Wait a minute. You have no reason to complain. Look at all the trouble we're taking to save your life.
Meaning what?
By chance, you attacked us. And by chance, you found the hiding place. There are two solutions. One, shut your mouth forever. Two, move the gold to another place. You'll admit that the first would be more convenient, at least for us. You two, come here and listen closely. Now, keep them here until dawn tomorrow morning. Then you can untie them and let them go after we've had time to get away. And make sure we're not being followed.
I give you my word of honor.
Really? I wouldn't know what to do with it. Understand?
We'll let them go at dawn, not 1 minute before.
This job suits us. We'll watch them, Rakut.
Oh, I almost forgot. I have some light work for you to do to help you pass away the time. Dig graves and bury the bodies.
What's that? Us grave diggers.
Somebody's got to do it.
And he said he wanted us to do some light work.
But what about our wounds?
Look. Ah, come on. Somebody's got to do it.
Last night I dreamt of the spirit of my husband, and this is what it said. Zoraide, you will call all your tribe to you, and then you will look into your ball of crystal, and you will see there the face of treachery, and you will learn the identity of the one who would betray you and your people. Gypsies, I shall begin. Goatbeard, Beelzebub, and Velu. Goatbeard, Beelzebub, and Velu. O favorite messengers of Satan, come and illumine this magic sphere with your cruel infernal light. It glows. It's luminous. Velu, Velu. Now I'm in the courtyard of the castle. I see many soldiers there. I also see a woman wearing a black cloak. Her face is covered. A pity, too. A pity we cannot see her face yet. Beelzebub and Goatbeard. What is this? For I can see an officer with her. Yes, I recognize him. It's Captain Phineas. The woman is following him. They're on the stairs. Yes, she is a traitor, this woman with a black cloak, who is entering the rooms of the Grand Duke Athen. Wait, wait. The woman is removing the cloak. Her back is toward me. Now she's turning. The mystery woman is a gypsy. It's me.
And did he tell you he would return to the castle?
That's what he said, and I'm certain he'll do just that.
Then you can explain the truth to him.
If I do, he won't come again.
Of course not. Isn't that just what you want to settle?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know, Milena.
My dear princess.
Oh, I know one thing. What I want, what I think I want, is so impossible that I shouldn't even think of it.
Oh, you shouldn't feel so discouraged. I've heard of Hopeless Dreams coming true, milady. Just think, what if it does come true? Imagine the prophecy of Queen Zoraide.
I'll marry a prince someday. I believe her, too. Milena, you find consolation in such childish illusions.
Illusions? Huh. What Zoraide predicts, you can be sure of. She is never wrong. And if I were you, I'd have the Gypsy Queen here to the castle and see what she says. And my first question would be, who will I marry?
Are you suggesting I invite a gypsy here? Milena, what would my father say?
Oh, your father. You know your father's going off tomorrow on another hunt, so you'll never know a thing. I'll go right away to the Chamberlain and tell him to send for her. And we'll keep it a secret, just the three of us. What do you say?
Hurry, Milena.
This couldn't have happened to anybody but us.
I've never worked so hard in my life. And it's all on account of him and his master, the Grand Duke Athen. And you know what I've got a good mind to do? Bury you all in these graves I'm digging.
You are speaking to an officer in the service of Prince Nicholas.
Ha! An officer. A common thief. You should have your hands cut off your ears. You tied up tight?
Yes, let's get back to work. Come on.
Listen. I just got an idea. The Grand Duke might enjoy a joke.
A joke? What kind of joke?
He wanted to get the treasure. Had his heart set on it. All right, then. Send him the strong box.
Empty.
Full.
With what?
That's our secret.
What is it? Look, sir. Good Lord.
To arms! Assemble the men!
shall arrive.
Arriving is easier than getting out.
What are you afraid of?
Duke Athens. If your son has managed to save our treasure, the Duke will be furious.
But he wouldn't dare lift a finger to me. I'm sure he ordered the raid, but he did it behind the prince's back. And he wouldn't mention it. It's all right, don't worry.
So that's it. The gypsies sent me the heads of the soldiers they had killed. And you sat there and let them do it, didn't you?
We were all bound to trees. I swear it. I could do nothing about it.
And you let yourselves be defeated by a handful of gypsies.
No, my lord, we were outnumbered. You others get out. My lord, they had reinforcements. Someone must have warned them.
It was Queen Variety. I was sure of it.
Quiet.
Those gypsies will regret what they have done.
I already gave you forewarning. Beware of Queen Variety.
Please spare me your ridiculous superstitions. I don't believe in clairvoyance. I believe only in spies.
Well, Variety is clairvoyant. She knows that I was here that night, and that I told you about the treasure. And I swear she also knows about your plot against Nicholas.
Be silent. What is it?
Didn't I tell you? What has she come to do at the castle? To tell everything to Prince Nicholas.
Phineas!
Lovely, isn't it?
What may I do for you, madam?
I am Zoraide, Queen of the Gypsies, and this is my escort. Accompany me to Princess Irina.
She is expecting you.
Of course she is. She sent me her personal carriage. That is her carriage, isn't it? Take me to her.
1,000 pardons, Your Majesty.
Wait for me. I shan't be long.
Careful up the stairs, Your Highness.
You really are idiotic, aren't you? Oh! Let me go! Help! I've already told you. I was sent for by Princess Irina.
Do you think me stupid enough to believe your lies? I have fortunately been put on my guard against your trickery.
You asked me to tell you the truth, and I told you.
You came here as a spy. If you refuse to confess voluntarily, I know a system likely to loosen your tongue.
Coward! Murdered!
Well, now you tell me what I want to know.
Please let me speak to Prince Nicholas.
Prince Nicholas? He can't save you. He's gone on a hunt. And by the time he returns, it will be too late. So you won't cooperate? You'll never speak to anyone. Well, continue. First, we will cut out your tongue. Then you will die a witch's death.
No! 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 No!
Thank heaven you're safe, Your Highness.
Has anything happened to endanger
We
me?
were worried. You see, the gypsies were trying to... But your nephew, the Grand Duke Athens, will explain.
With all respect, Princess, you should not have given me such an order. Your father will punish me without mercy if you tell him that gypsy woman came to see you.
But all I wanted was to have her predict the future.
In your position, you shouldn't even speak to a gypsy.
It's my fault. I'm the one who suggested it.
However, I've prepared a story for us, Princess. If the coachman should be interrogated, he'll say he chanced to be driving near the gypsy camp, and Zoraide herself told him that she had business at the castle.
But if you say that, then poor Zoraide will be suspected of something.
Poor Zoraide? You have no idea how dangerous and deceitful that woman is. Princess, do not waste your pity on such a woman. And after all, she's only a gypsy.
Where did this skirmish take place?
In the pass of the Red Mountains.
What were you doing there?
He was following my orders. There are poachers there killing our deer.
And who was the first to attack?
We were. My intention was only to capture them. They decapitated the bodies. Savages. Gypsy swine.
Why did they do that?
Queen Zoraide wanted to brew some sort of magic potion with human blood.
Find the ones who are guilty and put them in prison pending a trial.
That's easier said than done.
Why not try them all? The whole tribe ought to be given a lesson.
No, Atten, only the guilty. It's not fair to punish so many people for the crime of one.
But Zoraide is their queen.
Our people must not pay for a crime. Zoraide will pay. She will suffer the execution our law established for witches. The stake.
We gonna tell Dracu what we did? Huh? With the soldiers' heads? Over my dead body. No.
Don't you want something to eat?
No, thank you.
Aren't you hungry? I guess you're worried about your mother, aren't you?
Don't you think it's strange she remained at the castle?
I do indeed. I was sure she'd come back before sundown.
But if they'd meant her any harm, they'd have sent soldiers to take her. Not a carriage that belonged to the princess.
Yes, Irina sent her a message.
Dracu! Dracu! They set a trap for us. I was the only one who was able to get away. And my mother. They arrested us.
You're without a protector. Come with me, all of you.
In the name of God, we, Prince Nicholas of Pannonia, by virtue of the authority vested in us by the law of the land, hereby decree, in the light of acts confirmed by unquestionable proof, Zoraide, queen of one of the gypsy tribes which has long enjoyed our benevolent hospitality in our domains, is pronounced guilty of the following infamous crimes: witchcraft, necromancy, and black magic involving the very life's blood of our loyal subjects. We therefore condemn her to be burned alive at the stake. Signed, Nicholas IV of Pannonia.
This is the proper sight for your eyes, Princess. Let's move away.
No, Milena. Even if she were the most sinful of all the women on earth, I would still stay to pray for her.
Stop! You're killing an innocent woman! Prince Nicholas, I beg you to stop this execution. I swear my mother is innocent.
She's Dracu's mother.
The murderer of my soldiers must be punished. Let justice be done.
princess. My poor dear.
This time they've overstepped the bounds once too often.
I warned you, didn't I, Your Highness? Now you can understand why.
Yes, you were right. And now I'm giving you a free hand to rid our land of them.
Your orders shall be obeyed. Assemble the soldiers.
Nessuna pietà per questi banditi!
Avanti!
Why did you show your face at the window? You shouldn't, and you know
I was
why.
so worried about you.
If Prince Nicholas finds out that you were living here, I would never be able to explain it.
Why, you're wounded.
It's barely a scratch. Dracult obviously isn't the swordsman he thinks he is. Yet he got away.
I'd better wash that wound.
And if he stays hidden in the forests and the mountains, there's little hope to find him. We might, however, lure him into a trap. What do you think?
I think it's possible. There's something you don't know. Dracult is in love with one of Irina's maids. So why don't we send a message to the gypsies? We'll tell them Dracut's sweetheart is in danger, needs his help.
A good idea. But first we have to find out which one she is.
I can tell you that. She's the one who was traveling in the carriage when it was attacked by my two brothers.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Irina was in that carriage alone.
Irina.
It will be easier than I thought to set our trap.
All the other gypsy tribes have already left this infernal country. We should do the same, Drakut.
No, not yet.
But we have no choice now that Prince Nicholas is against us.
We'll stay until I've punished the one guilty of my mother's death.
Your enemies are mine, Drakut. I'll go with you.
No, Istvan. I must do it alone. I want to be the one who plunges this dagger into Princess Irina's heart. She's a cruel woman. Elena told me about her.
I agree with you. She's the guilty one.
She has to be. Irina lured my mother into the castle, and she'll pay for it.
I suppose you're right, but how do you expect to have your revenge on her?
I shall go to the castle tonight.
Alone?
You're crazy.
I know a way in, and once I'm inside, someone will help me. I'm sure of it.
Good night, milady.
Good night.
Elena.
Drakut. Go away, Drakut. Please go away.
Is that what you want? I understand you also believe the lies they told about my mother. That's another thing I'll make Irina pay me for.
I implore you, Drakut, go away.
Not before I see the princess.
Why do you want to see her?
I'm going to kill her.
Oh, no, Drakut, what are you saying?
I have no choice but to kill her after what she's done to my mother.
Drakut, if you want my love, you'll leave at once.
No, Milena. I must do what I came to do.
We'll protect you, Princess Irina.
What?
Surrender, Gypsy.
You're the princess.
You cannot escape. Surrender.
Not while I live.
My princess, Oh, help me!
Stop it.
Don't move her or kill her.
What are you waiting for? After him! There he is! Found his dagger, Captain. He's gotten away. This may be useful.
Tocca a te, Irina.
Oh, so it is. So it is.
Check. And mate.
I give up. I can't beat you.
It was an easy victory. You were thinking about something else, weren't you?
No, it's just that I'm rather tired.
You can tell me, Irina. I've been aware for a long time of your feelings for that gypsy.
I haven't the vaguest idea of what you're talking about.
Now, Princess, don't you think it remarkable that I managed to intervene that night when you thought you were alone with Drakut? Well, it was very simple. I had posted some men to keep close watch on your rooms. I knew you were in danger.
But the princess had no idea who the gypsy was.
That's enough out of you.
I won't permit you to talk to her that way.
Excuse me, Irina. I know perfectly well that you are incapable of forgetting that you were a princess born to marry a man of your own rank. You are not very talkative today, Irina.
If you must know, I'm worried about my father. He's never been so late before.
I did everything I could to persuade him to postpone his hunt. But you must realize that your father never takes advice from anyone.
I want to know the truth. About father. It's not safe for him to leave the castle anymore, is it?
I can't keep it from you, Irina. As long as that killer, or I should say that gypsy Dracult lives, we have good reason to be worried. I have ordered that your father should have an escort of more guardsmen today. I sent the best soldiers in the garrison, and I entrusted the command to Phineas, my captain of the guards.
Well, gentlemen, from the looks of things, I wouldn't call this a propitious day.
Indeed not.
There's Phineas. Maybe our luck is about to change. My horse!
The hounds have scented a deer.
I'm ready.
The gypsies did it. They were lying in wait in the underbrush. I heard a loud cry and ran to him. He'd been stabbed to death. With this. It belongs to Dracult.
As it is written in the law of Pannonia, Princess Irina, you may assume power as our reigning sovereign only after you have chosen your future husband.
According to the law of our land, Cousin Athen, I designate you regent of my realm.
Come here.
Keep your hands to yourself. Leave her alone. All right, stay with her. I'm leaving. No. Another order for weapons?
Yes. Unfortunately, your father maintained an army that was far too small and badly equipped.
This armament costs too much, Athen. The people are complaining. They say they have to pay too many taxes.
Since the world began, the people have always complained, yet they flourish nevertheless. They are meant to complain of things. Irina, my dear, I have taken it upon myself to avenge the death of your father. and to protect you. You know how much I think of you. Irina, why do you pretend that you don't understand the nature of my devotion for you? It's not just that of a loyal subject or a cousin.
Frankly speaking, Athen, I think you're more devoted to me as my subject.
You know I'm in love with you.
According to evil tongues I've heard in the castle, you're in love with someone else.
As you say, Cousin Irina, evil tongues. I know who they mean. That poor friendless gypsy.
A beautiful girl.
Yes. I admit she is beautiful. But from now on...
From now on?
Believe me, Irina, that woman never meant a thing to me.
Captain Phineas wishes to see you, my lord.
With your permission. Think over what I've told you. Phineas. You've even brought me proof of it. Very well done. What is it? Don't tell me you suddenly get upset at the sight of blood, Phineas.
What I see in the heat of battle? Certainly not. But the blood of a woman is quite another matter.
Nonsense. You are only doing your duty. You're a soldier, aren't you? Are you loyal to me?
Yes, I am, my lord.
All right, then. Edmea had become too dangerous for me, so I had to get rid of her. And you had the privilege of seeing to it. Take this, burn it, and don't speak to me of her again.
Per festeggiare le imminenti nozze tra Sua Altezza la Principessa Irina e il Serenissimo Granduca Atanas, sono condonate tutte le pene pecuniarie e corporali comminate durante l'anno e sono indetti grandiosi festeggiamenti. Sua Altezza la Principessa Irina ha disposto anche un'elargizione straordinaria di farina.
Don't think about that woman anymore. She isn't worthy of you. Forget her.
Forget the woman who had my mother killed? No, not until I've had my revenge.
Oh, listen. What can you hope to do to her? You mean to kill her? How can you? Athen keeps us around the day and night by guards armed to the teeth. And tomorrow morning, while the wedding ceremony is going on, a regiment of soldiers will be there.
I'm going to kill her.
Why have you decided to send us all away, Dracud?
It's time, Ramon. The air isn't healthy for you now.
True, you can't even find a crust of bread. The country people are convinced it's our fault that Athens has recruited so many soldiers around here.
I know. Goodbye, my friend. Eastman, you take care of Mara. Farewell.
Farewell, Dracul.
What kept you so long?
Getting things ready for tomorrow. Our uniforms and weapons have to be spotless. It really is a pity you won't be able to see it.
Want something to eat?
No, I'm thirsty.
Tell me about the ceremony.
Athens beside himself. The idea that he's finally going to marry Irina's made him weak in the head. The way he's acting, I'm beginning to believe that he really loves her.
Athens in love, huh? I suppose you think he could love anyone but himself.
Still jealous of him, aren't you? Don't you care about me at all?
Don't touch me.
Edmea,
Athens will never get Irina, I assure you.
who can stop him now?
I will. I will.
What did you give me to drink?
I'll tell you. It was poison. Do you hear? I put poison in your wine.
I won't die that easily.
Oh, but yes, you will. And then I'll go to the castle and kill Athens.
I'm worried about Phineas. I can't imagine what could have happened to him.
No one saw him leave the castle. I don't know what to think.
I hope you put everything in order.
All of our guests are under close scrutiny, and all of our men have weapons loaded and ready.
Very good.
Peace be with you, my brothers. Peace and blessing. Peace and blessings, brother. Don't scare the ladies, brother. Peace be with you.
Are we all here? Is everyone on? 1, 2, 3, 4. Burt?
Would you like some wine, sir?
Thank you. To the health of Princess Irina.
Long life.
Grand Duke Athen, do you take as your lawful wedded wife, Her Serene Highness, Princess Irina?
Yes.
And do you, Princess Irina, take as your royal consort and lawful wedded husband, Grand Duke Athen, Regent of Pannonia?
No. Have you gone insane? Why do you refuse me, Irina?
I could never marry my father's murderer.
How can you say that? Everyone knows he was murdered by the gypsy.
I know the truth.
The truth? Everyone in this room knows. It was Dracult.
No, it wasn't. Let me through! You had Prince Nicholas, killed by one of your henchmen. That Phineas.
That's not true. Don't listen to her. Would you take the word of a loose woman? A gypsy?
You know it's true. Phineas had found Dracut's dagger days before Prince Nicholas was killed, so he couldn't have done it. And you had them burn Zoraide at the stake. No, it wasn't Dracut. It was you. Guards, arrest this man.
Stand back.
Athens! It's you and I. With you.
The people are with you, Your Serene Highness.
Thank you. Thank you. All of you. How can I ever thank you? I owe you my life and my realm as well.
I owe you much more. I owe you my fondest dream, even though it's vanished.
Why has it vanished, Dragut?
Because you are a princess, and I am a gypsy. Gypsies, come with me.
Thank you, Matthias. Come here, Dragut. My powers as a sovereign permit me to transform a dream into reality. And it's our dream, Dragut. Kneel down. Although I can never become a gypsy for you, you can become a prince for me.
Goodbye, my friends.